සතුට බෙදන නම ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම සනසුම දෙන නම එය සිංහ නම මිහිර මවන නම පවස නිවන නම සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම එය සිංහ නම
මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අති විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with current accounts from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Some see a myriad of possibilities ready to break out in glory. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
පිරිසිදු ෆ්‍රෙෂ් හිසක් තියෙන පිරිමි ශක්තිමත් ඒත් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි වලට පුළුවන් ඒ ශක්තිය නැති කරන්න මම ක්ලියර් මෙන් තෝරගන්නේ ඒ නිසයි ක්ලියර් මෙන් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි zero කරන නැවුම් මෙන්තෝල් වලින් සමන්විත නිසා මගේ හිස කෙස් හැම විටම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ඒ වගේම ඉස්සුරි වලින් නිදහස් ක්ලියර් මෙන් ඉස්සුරි zero කරයි ලුවාංක එකේ මෙන්ස් ෂැම්පූ
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Energetic and daring, some see the world in vibrant shades. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
පිරිසිදු ෆ්‍රෙෂ් හිසක් තියෙන පිරිමි ශක්තිමත් ඒත් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි වලට පුළුවන් ඒ ශක්තිය නැති කරන්න මම ක්ලියර් මෙන් තෝරගන්නේ ඒ නිසයි ක්ලියර් මෙන් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි zero කරන නැවුම් මෙන්තෝල් වලින් සමන්විත නිසා මගේ හිස කෙස් හැම විටම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ඒ වගේම ඉස්සුරි වලින් නිදහස් ක්ලියර් මෙන් ඉස්සුරි zero කරයි ලුවාංක එකේ මෙන්ස් ෂැම්පූ
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අති විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ
And Lantra now, Lantra has some pace. He's going to go straight outside, he's going to go all the way.
This is Harry Bandara. Runs around, what a brilliant try.
draws and passes. Beautifully done. Yes, St. Joseph's going in for the try, and it's a try.
Hello and a very good afternoon to all our viewers. Welcome to Singer Schools Rugby League, the final week, and here we are bringing you live pictures and absolutely beautiful pictures from the Racecourse International Grounds on your number one sports hub, of course, www.thepapare.com. And the weather has set nicely. It's actually it was a very hot and melting afternoon, and all of a sudden we get some overcast and dark clouds just on top of these racecourse grounds as we bring you live pictures. And Wesley will host their traditional fixture against Kingswood, and this is the L.E. Blase Trophy game, the 33rd L.E. Blase third trophy game we are bringing you from Racecourse International Grounds. And last year, of course, Kingswood won the encounter 40 points to 39. What a close game it was. And Kingswood just managed to seal that win at Bogambara Grounds back in Kandy. And today it's all up for a grab, especially both these schools are ending as their final game in this cup segment. Wesley versus Kingswood. As you can see, Wesley hosting this. They used to play their home games, especially in the CRNFC grounds this year. But for this special fixture, they have opted to play in this beautiful venue here at the racecourse. And the sun is also coming sharp now, as you can see. And both teams just did their warm-ups, and they'll be back in few minutes time as we go into the kickoff. And you can see it's 27 kilometer per hour wind speed we have, and the minimum 26 Celsius. That's as we go into a bit later evening, and humidity 83%, and we can see the weather signs thunderstorm. But like I said, it was overcast. Now all of a sudden it's becoming very warm once again, and the sun is just coming directly into the community box. And also joining me in the community box, it's none other than SW Chang. Good afternoon, SW.
Yeah, good afternoon, Shabir. It's been a wonderful weekend of rugby all over the place, not out of Sri Lanka too. And what a weekend of rugby, I wish to say. And hopefully the boys will live up to it. Trinity is taking on Zaira a bit early, and Wesley Kingswood, of course, live here, and then St. Peter's Royal. That's going to be the cruncher, and that's going to be the deciding factor for the league 2018. Overall, it has been a fantastic season, where up to now we don't know who's going to clinch the 2018 trophy, and that's fantastic.
Absolutely, indeed. Perhaps in another 70 minutes time we'll be finding out who's the champion, with the Royal College defend the title. They are playing next door at the Royal Sports Complex, and we'll have a look at the few highlights in the Singer Schools Rugby League. This is Kingswood versus Zahira, played at the Bogambara Grounds last week. It was only 5 points to nil in that half time. Then in the second half, Kingswood geared up into their attacking streak, as you can see. And they also played some sense into that game, taking those penalties into points, respecting their opponents. As a result, Kingswood finishing it 15 points to 5 at the 60th minute, and later on 18 points to 5 with a last minute penalty. And last weekend, yet again, Wesley travelling to Pallekele, the Lions' Den, and it was expected to be a close encounter. And then in fact it was also the coach Lotte Raikabula's final game as the coach. Trinity scored first, led 7 points to nil, and Wesley hit back with a try and a penalty. and that is a gifted opportunity. Could have scored 5 points, could have been 7. And then Trinity in the early second half scoring another try by Sheik. And then they just gained the momentum at the end of the 70th minute, and Trinity winning 21 points to 11 over Wesley. And then the other game, St. Joseph's versus St. Peter's. What a cracking game this was at the CNFC grounds. 5 points to 0, St. Joseph's leading, and Gamnu Chetia running all those important yards. And then St. Joseph's led 10 points to 0 at the 30th minute. St. Peter's then hit back with a try, but one thing, St. Joseph's played 50 minutes of their game with 14 men with that red card incident, and that's another great opportunity which was went down by the Peterites, and the skipper just take the quick tap and kick into the touch. As a result, St. Joseph's keeps their winning hopes of this league alive only if this team on your screens, Royal College, if they manage to beat St. Peter's this evening. And this game Royal took completely out of the green machine. They were absolutely brilliant considering the fact of the weather. Janidu Dilshan and Thule Basan scoring tries, and Royal later on in the second half used their driving wall as a weapon. 41 points to 0, and in fact final consolation try at the end for Isipatana College, but it was not the game that was expected. Royal looks like champions already. We'll find out as the day progresses, perhaps in 70 minutes time. And some good numbers in the pavilion for both the teams. From Kandy, Kingswood College, and also the Wesley College. And last week's results, 10 points to 5 in favor of St. Joseph's in their big match encounter, and Royal 41-7, Trinity 21-11, and Kingswood winning it 18 points to 5 despite Zaira scoring early back in Bogambara. And that's the last week's results, and we are here at the final weekend. We also have 2 more games bring live on your number one sports hub, www.ThePapare.com. Trinity versus Zaira back in Pallekele, and this game the 33rd Eli Blase. And Eli Blase, of course, the forefather of rugby, founder of Kingswood College. And let's have a look at the points table. This is what important. Can St. Joseph's win this league? That's the question. If St. Peter's manage to beat Royal College, not allowing Royal to get a losing bonus point, then if St. Joseph's win it with a bonus point tomorrow against Isipatana, then Joseph's are the champions. Simple as that. And Royal looks favourite, and if they are winning today against St. Peter's, which means Royal are the champions once again. And the top point scorer, of course, from St. Peter's, he'll be the key man today to score more points. Shahan Lena Patidana with 69, and the top try scorer, Gamnu Chetia, played for Sri Lanka under 18 sevens team, also captain in that junior Commonwealth Games which toured for the Bahamas last year. Wonderful talent he is indeed, and today there's so many talents we can see as we go into the kickoff. Both teams ready. The junior Wesleyites just waiting the huddle. Made that tunnel, and it's all up for the grab. SW Chang, your thoughts of this game?
Yeah, if you look at the stats of the past results, as you see, 3-1 with 1 drawn since 2013. That the Blazer Trophy between Kingswood and Wesley occurs. Kingswood, even this evening, this afternoon, I think they have the slight edge. They have improved tremendously as we go on to the teams. And Shabir will go through the teams now. Shabir?
Yeah, key players to watch out: Murshid Zubair, Dayan Sabah, the skipper at the number 8, and Kavin the Pereira, the wing three-quarter. And they don't have Sanjula, who's out injured with the surgery on his knee. And for Kingswood, the halfback, Hirusha Sampath, Asi Seniratna, the fly half, and Rashmika Chandaratna, the prop forward, the big man. And his ball carrying ability will be coming into test today and played 8 games, won 3-4, lost 5 in this season for Wesley, and they are ranked 7th in this points table. So if they can win this and if they can finish the league on a high, would be a good sign for them. And for Kingswood, won 4, lost 4 rather, and also SW, out of 8 teams, only 6 teams can go into that Milo knockouts, and there'll be 2 teams from plate segment, the winner and the runners-up, which means perhaps St. Thomas's and St. Anthony's. Unless one of the team opt out, the rank 7 and team 8 can play the knockouts.
Yeah, as we speak about the statistics, the 2 teams have walked onto the field. I'm sure there will be an introduction to the chief guest, Shabi, this evening, because they are playing for a trophy. And having said that, Kingswood with a 50% margin, that you see the Wesley starting lineup: 15 Shah Jawardana, Sritesh, Karim, Samuel, Tahir, Dexter Guntilaka, Ran Samuel, Dan Sabah, Avinash, Hemal, Parantiram, and they got Hans Saja, Jaivira Pereira, Kavindra Pereira, and Subel. That's the legendary.
Yeah, that's the starting 15 SW. Subel, of course, the key player. We were talking about him, and the replacement: Vijay Gunawardana, Hasita Dimua, Philip, Hafiz Tabit, Michael Lai, Pereira, Pakir Ali, Witanage, and Ogbebo. We have 2 Ogbebo, so Ogbebo brothers. We just witnessed Barrett brothers, of course, playing for All Blacks today. 3 brothers playing in that French game. And for Kingswood, Rashmika Chandraratna, Mohammad Jalil, Veera Singh, Godagedara Zoisa, Purnajit Ranjanaka, and Valigampola at the number 8. He also played a good game in that last year's series for this Kingswood team. Dhananjay Gunatilaka, the halfback, the playmaker. Asi Seneviratna at the outside half, and Valigampola in the left wing. Mohammad Shezan combining in the center along with Seneviratna. Ruchira Ekanayaka and Dinal Ekanayaka will be the starting 15. And for the replacements, Vijay Singh, Gunasekara, Vijay Sundara, Dishan, Seneviratna, Sampath, Bandara, and Ishara Kure coming off the bench for the Kingswood team. And we are here with the school anthems. First up, of course, the Kingswood. That's the school anthem of both the schools, and it's now time for the team introduction. Both the principals are out in the middle. First up, they go with the Kingswood team. And in the meantime, Trinity College leading 13 points to 3 over Zaira back in Pallekele. And in fact, 17 points to 3. 3 quick tries for the Trinity. And there's the team introduction. Kingswood College, of course, after that big loss against Royal College in their first game this season. And since then they came back very strongly. Very much improved team since then. And they rank 5th in this table. And last year, of course, they were playing in the lower segment. And they are a promoted team. And going through the knockouts, I'm sure there are a lot to see or expect from this team. Quite a young team without a doubt. And Wesley, on the other hand, they were so close to beat the defending champions Royal College. What a close encounter, 18 points to 17. And unfortunately, they couldn't make another point or two as Royal won that close encounter. Sun is back once again. We had some overcast conditions a while ago. So both the team introduction is done and the teams are with the huddle. As you can see, we are bringing you beautiful pictures from our drone cam. So this is the Singer Schools Rugby League final week action. We are bringing you live from the Racecourse International Grounds on your number one sports hub, www.ThePapare.com. And this is the L.E. Blase Trophy. The trophy game, of course, L.E. Blase, the founder of Kingswood College and also the forefather of rugby in Sri Lanka. Being a Trinitian, if I'm not mistaken, SW.
Yeah, you know, I was just told by, I was a bit of a shock. I didn't go to the history of studying who he was, but absolutely. As you see the match official, okay, Jamaldeen, he's a referee, the man in the center, and Haji AR1 and Ajit Kumar AR2 as referee assistants 1 and 2. And Akhil Jamaldeen, of course, is an up-and-coming young referee that we have, and speaks very good for the future. He's done well so far. And well, everybody said Jamaldeen is checking with the pressure of the ball. Wesley has done their part on the huddle, had said their prayers, and Wesley off for the kick, and Kingswood will be attacking from your right to left.
That's right, Kingswood with their traditional jersey colors, dark blue. It used to be red color last year. I'm not sure, I have to ask Adib Jibran later on why is that. Anyway, Wesley with their traditional double blue stripes, ready to take the kickoff, attacking from left to right on your screen. Here's the restart or the kickoff. Straight away into the 22, well collected by Kingswood player. And straight away sending it into touch to play safe in this first few minutes. You can see Coach Paul Toya and Dulanjana Vijay Singh at the background. Also Riza Mubarak has done a good service, especially considering Murshid Zubair's kicking rate. This time around, of course, he in fact going to be the skipper for the next year. You have played with his father, don't you?
Yeah, Shabi, that's right. Yeah, he was a legend. He's a legend, and such a brilliant player he was. Having said that, there's a huge breeze on the ground. As you see, the throw that came in from Wesley was a good one, stolen by Kingswood. And those are cardinal mistakes that Wesley can't afford it, especially at the beginning of the game.
Absolutely. Gunathilaka with his educated left foot, kicking it into the deep. Wesley with the attack now. Can they counter? Lovely draw and pass. 2-on-1. Simple basic stuff. And the wing three, just a little fin. And then the halfback sending out wide, Avinash. Interestingly, Rigesh Avinash, the man who didn't start much numbers out wide, should have given out 3-on-1 situation. And this time Wesley player a little over enthusiastic. Here's Jayawardena with that lovely run, open space, trying to make few yards. Good defense, absolutely good counter-arc, turnover ball, brilliant work by the Kings on the break. And the halfback Gunathilaka with a lovely box kick. Oh, take a look at for that skills by the Wesley's left wing. Paranidharan, Dayan Sabha with his first touch, sending it to the big prop forward, Jayawardena. Jayawardena pumps through his legs and making few more yards. Rigesh once again sending out wide. Lovely decoy run, once again creating numbers. Murshid Zubair with a pass. And good defense coming up. But referee Jamaldin will go back for that offside infringement. So far, so good for Wesley.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll go for the sticks. Or are they going in to touch the corner? Because they are at the moment their tails are up, and Kingswood College is not right, and getting the defense organized. As quite rightly the captain skipper calls for the kick, and they have indicated that they go have a shot at the sticks, and quite rightly, because it's early. It's good to have early points on the board, and it's a kicking within the kicking range.
Yeah, early on, points on offer. Why not take it when you have an excellent kicker? We were talking about him, and here's the replay on that occasion. Good rush defense by the Kingswood player. It was Tahir who went into contact. He had numbers out, but just couldn't give the offload.
Dore lined up. We saw him training here before the game, taking his shots from the same spot that he's taking his kick today. The first attempt at goal for this evening. Looks good, looks straight. The flags go up, and Zamzam Sake. We definitely will hear that now on the pitch.
Yeah, that says former Wesley coach himself, S.W. Chang, and Wesley on the points, 3-0 at the 4th minute of this final weekend action of Singer Schools Rugby League, with courtesy of Murshid Zubair's penalty. Pretty much the 40-meter distance with the angle, and Kingswood to take the restart. And in fact, the Kingswood halfback was Hirushan. They have just made a final minute change. He's supposed to come off the bench. However, Senevi Ratna with the restart. Kingswood claims the ball. Good stuff. Knock-on advantage in favor of Kingswood. Here's Hirushan sending it out to the pivotal player, Senevi Ratna. And Kingswood with a real attacking opportunity. Pick and go by Veera Singha. Another pick and go. Trying to be a little more patient and running laterally by the fly half and puts the kick. Not sure whether that's the right decision. Of course, you have a lot of width between the deadline and the try line. But maybe the player, he knew that advantage is coming, SW.
Having said that the advantage is coming, you see the advantage coming, Sabir. But then I don't think you should nullify the advantage. But they don't have an advantage right now because it's a 22-meter dropout. Wesley has opted for the 22-meter dropout instead of the scrum down in the where he kicked, because the ball went full into the dead ball area.
Absolutely, it was not a penalty advantage, it was a knock-on advantage, so the knock-on advantage was over. But here's the 22 restart. Kingswood running straight away into the wall of Wesley. Young Ekanayaka Once again collected, and Purnajit going into contact. Lovely break this time by the Kingswood. Good work by the number 5. That's Zoisa. Another pick and go by Chandraratna. The loose set prop forward for the Kings. Good hands. Cutting inside by Shazan, the center. And Seniratna at the fly half position, playing so cool. So far his handling has been excellent. Here's the number 21, Sampath, Hirushan Sampath, sending out to the big ball carrier, Chandraratna. Kingswood entering the 22, the red zone. Another good work by the fly half, and that offload was a slight knock on. As a result, Kingswood will lose possession. So yet another opportunity goes begging SW inside the 22. Just about being a little bit patient, but unfortunately good offload, but Kingswood just could not hold on to that carry. Here's that replay. Seniratna running laterally, trying to create that extra space. We apologize for that replay incident. However, Wesley with the chance to come out of jail inside their 22. And they're a team who loves to attack inside their 22, which we witnessed against in the St. Joseph's games as well. They scored 2 back-to-back tries, attacking from their own 22. Here's another good carry by Sritesh. Here's Rigesh Avinash, the halfback. And giving it to the fly half, and that's not a good work by the Kingswood winger. Timula Valigampola just couldn't claim the ball, but here comes another kick. Straight away into Wesley's dangerous wing recorder. Rigesh once again sending hands. Lovely step by the Wesley's number 10, Valpitage. Timida Valpitage, but in fact it's a penalty. Murshid Zubair trying to take it quickly. Well, he has 2 options in fact. Jamaldeen, the referee, asking whether he wants the penalty to the left or to the right. Interestingly, I'm sure Wesley will opt to go for touch. No, Dayan Sabha just points to the uprights. I know the win is important, SW, because last year it was 40 points to 39. So take all the points on offer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a correct call. If you see the wind, it's a wind factor. The Wesley is playing with the wind. So I'm sure it will be make kicking a bit easier and to get the ball through the sticks.
Absolutely, you can see the flags off your screens. The wind factor certainly is there. That is of course the advantage. Well, a little cunning work by Murshid Zubair. He just came a step further.
Well, you think 1 meter will help? Well, good for him.
There's coach Paul Toya and Riza Mubarak, the kicking coach. Murshid Zubair has changed his kicking stance comparing to a couple of seasons back. Not sure whether he's following Damien Mackenzie's style. Certainly he don't have that smile. And the second kick, and it was a peach. So Wesley leads 6 points to 0 with courtesy of Murshid Zubair's true penalty. And we are still in the early days of this game. Murshid Zubair, the man. So it's a restart time. Here is that replay of the kick. We are back live now and holding on. Wesley giving away another penalty. Coach Gamage of Kingswood College just instructing the boys to go to the sidelines to make a touch finder. play that territorial advantage. Here we go, the assistant referee Kamil Haji just points, and another good opportunity while ago Kingswood in the opposite 22, and unfortunately they lost her position. And this time another cardinal error SW. In the meantime, 20 leading 24 points to 3 over Zaira.
Yeah, I know, it's because the 5 meter throw must come in. You can't prevent the throw, the ball carrying 5 meter, coming in 5 meter line. They should have known that. So the number one player, if he was getting it, he should have stayed a bit longer. And you can see the replay there. And the opposite numbers, if they do prevent it. Sorry about that replay not coming on. And it's a free kick, it's a short arm, but Wesley has found touch, but Kingswood will have the throw in because it's not a long arm, it's a short arm offense.
Here we go, Kingswood with the line out. T.I. Jalil, the man in charge. And Kingswood claimed the line out. Here's another pick and go. Good work by Veera Singh. Another breakdown penalty. This is not good by Wesley. This is not the first time in this game. So Kingswood once again will find the touch, and also some wonderful international encounters that we witnessed this morning. Japan beat Italy, and also All Blacks beat France, and the game between Wallabies and Ireland, it's live right now, and later on South Africa versus England. And we are bringing you beautiful pictures from the racecourse grounds as Jalil to take in charge of the throwing.
Yeah, and the F game is on in Sri Lanka, because if Royal beat St. Peter's, if St. Peter's beat Royal, if St. Joseph beat, and the F game is on in this season with the schools Singer 2018 league, as we see Kingswood a little bit of chip away from the body, but Zube has Dore has what Dore is he anyway? Mushin Dore has covered the ball, but Kingswood have retained the position once again.
Trying to counteract, good work, but Kings managed to keep position. And Heshan Sampath spreading the ball out wide. It's going to be another knock on. So how many times in this 14 minutes SW Kingswood gaining the opposite territory, but unfortunately coming out of points. On the other hand, whenever Wesley goes there, they are coming with points.
Absolutely, that's the point I want to make, because twice it's gone into the Kingswood half and they got 3 points. Another occasion when they got another 3 points, and 6 points up. Kingswood has been living in the Wesley half, but making crucial mistakes at a time that they should be keeping position, recycling it.
Rikesh to feed the scrum. Captain Dayan Sabha controls from the back of that scrum. Good charge coming in, but such a good kick. What a brilliant kick. One bounce and into touch. Wow, amazing stuff. Almost 60 meters. Don't forget that he got the support of the wind, but that was nicely timed kick by the Wesley player.
Yeah, but then he had also the presence of mind, Sabi, that the ball was taken in. So any kick that found into full touch, the line out would have been inside the 22 meter.
Spot on indeed. Great awareness on that occasion by the Wesley number 10, Valipitage. Kingswood with the line out. Good work by Wesley. In fact, that's a knock on. Playing advantage. Sampath sending out wide. And there comes a kick into space, but referee will come for that knock on advantage. Almost a turnover in that line out. Let's see whether we can have a replay of that line out if possible. However, it's going to be a scrum in favor of Kingswood on the 15-meter mark.
Have you noticed anything, Shabir? Because the Kingswood number 10, if you watch the kick, the chips, where he has the ball slightly away from his body or moving away from his body so that he can't get a correct, proper boot into the kick. And by thus not getting the direction that he wants the ball to go in.
That is some technical aspect which needs to correct. And here's Kings, number 8, breaks. That's a get it a gooder. And here we go. Kingswood with position just outside the 50-meter mark. And now they come inside. Good thing is that they still capitalize the position. Lovely work by the Kings players. 2-on-1, lovely step by the flanker. And that was Samuel. But should have given to the speedster who's on to your left, wearing number 11. And then support. However, they have a penalty advantage. Will they go for 3 points, SW?
Well, they should go for the 3 points. They should go for the sticks. There is no doubt about that. As you see, yes, the final decision made a lovely, beautiful side step into the between the two defenders. He should have offloaded or had support closer and make the ball available rather than losing it. But nevertheless, Dore came on the sides and just played the ball, and thus giving the 3-point attempt to Kingswood. And hopefully that he gets it over the bar so that the scores will be 6 points to 3. But he's kicking against the wind. The wind factor is going to be crucial. If you see the promotional flags that are fluttering down there, it's against him.
Well, here's the penalty. It's going to be number 21, Hirusha Sampath. He's also a football player for Kingswood College, and I'm sure that's the reason he was starting this game, because when we look at the team card SW, he's supposed to come off the bench, and we'll see he certainly has the legs and the direction. So that is a peach of a kick. 3 points.
Are we seeing another Nalak Veera Kodi coming from Kingswood? Oh, what a brilliant player he was. What a kicker. Fantastic to see, watch him. But are we having another one as Sampath makes it 6 points to 3?
Yeah, only difference is he's playing at a half-back position, whereas Nalaka Veera Kodi played as a full-back. And here's the restart, and that's not what the doctor ordered for Wesley. Out on full, so it's going to be a scrum in the center field, or even it could have been a line out. The choice is off for the captain.
Yeah, I know. I think the word that you're going to use when the opponents have put 3 points on the board is to calm down. Once you calm down, you get your focus in and then get the kick right. Because here it's a center scrum and you got both sides to attack, splitting the defense, so they don't know which way you're going to go.
Not a steady sum.
Referee Jamaldeen making sure that the scrum stays steady and safe, as we are playing under 19 regulation laws of the game, that the shoving will be 1.5 up to 1.5, and the number 8 just leaves the ball to the halfback. Kingswood still on the attack. They are maintaining their pick and go from the 50-meter mark. Still on the pick and go by the forwards. Lost position. My referee has been playing advantage on a knock on and will bring play back into the place where there was a knock on. There were 2 knock ons as far as referee Jamaluddin says. As you see the replay, we are not having clear pictures on the replay. Our apologies on that. As you see, it's 21 minutes gone. Wesley 6, Kingswood 3. As my friend Zabir is going to update on the other scores.
Twenty leading 24 points to 3 over Zaira at the halftime. And also the Wallabies leading 8 points to 6 over Ireland. That's in this summer internationals. And here's another chance for Kingswood. The scrum was not steady. Just to need to hold on to the position. The body has to be nice and square. And here's another good break. Turnover. Wesley ball. And that's rushing into that breakdown. And Wesley will have possession.
.50-meter scrum on the 5-meter line towards the goal line, towards the touch line. The double blues will put the ball in to the blue and maroons. Defending it. So it's 6 points to 3. Wesley in the lead. We are gone into 23 minutes of the game.
Here's Rigesh sending out wide to Valpitage. Lovely work. It's not a good pass, but Wesley had numbers. Here comes the speedster joining that line. Both the wing trees, left and the right, combining. And here comes that big man, Ogbebo, in the far corner. Another penalty advantage coming for Wesley. I think that's side entry.
Well, there's only one guy with a mobile phone out. That's good because the others are watching the game. Dure this time not going to the sticks but wants to go into the corner flag, and it's a good number of yards into the Wesley Kingswood 22, and gives them a very good attacking line out, and hopefully they will win the line out. Last time they were in the same position, they lost the line out, and
all the pictures of this Singer Schools Rugby League, you can purchase all the pictures for reasonable rates, and also you can see all the pictures on your number one sports app, thepapare.com/photos. Wesley wins the line out and make another valid meters in front. Another pick and go by Wesley forward. Tahir and Karim combining. Here's a lovely pass to Murshid Zubair. Murshid Zubair all the way through, and a lovely offload. Not playing selfish rugby. And the try scorer looks like, I'm not sure who the try scorer is, but what a lovely break by Wesley. Few of forwards play.
Beautifully played, executed move. Zoeb coming in between and then find the gap and offloading it beautiful. The supporting player, exactly. He didn't even watch, even didn't look who was with him on the right hand side. He just offloaded it. I'm sure they must have practiced this many times.
There's the try scorer. Happy face. Looks like number 14, Pereira. In fact, number 12. I'm sorry about that. That's KMDS Ran Saja, who scored that try, and the conversion is good.
Absolutely fantastic move. It was very nice. You can have a replay of that. A nicely executed move. As you look at that, Dore cuts it in, finds a huge gap, and just offloads it between the player and the referee. He knew exactly his player was going to come there, and he didn't even bother about it. Fantastic. Super move by Wesley.
Absolutely. Great understanding and great awareness. Here's Wesley once again with the restart. Valpitage in the 22. A little bit of juggle coming into play, but managed to put that territorial kick. Kingswood on the other hand with Valigampala, ball in hand. Lovely work by the fullback this time around. That's Ekanayaka looking for support and a bit of a fend, and the Kingswood players did extremely well to keep the ball in play. Tackler not releasing, so it's going to be a penalty taken quickly by the halfback who made that early penalty for Kingswood. Hirushan, another pick and go. This is good stuff by Kingswood. Zoisa storming through the Wesley defense. And that's a turnover, but referee will go for that early infringement by Wesley.
Yeah, I think Jamaldeen was having had his hand out for not 10 meters and having a chat with the skipper that next time it's going to be a yellow card because you must retrieve 10 meters. Wesley, rather Kingswood was so desperate to come in and to get something on the board that they took the quick tap. Good thinking by the halfback, and they have up for the scrum now. I don't know whether that's a good move, whether they should have gone to the corner and put some pressure on with the 5 meter line out.
13 points to 3. We are heading into the 30th minute. It's a 35 minutes half, mind you. It's a 70 minutes game playing according to the World Rugby Under 19 law. And that's a free kick. You need to take from behind the mark, behind the scrum, in fact, where the number 8 was. Another pick and go. Good stuff. Scrum off, just marshalling his troops. And that's a good move by Sampath. Again, sending out wide. A little bit of a twist turn by the fly half, Senavi Ratna. Again, switching directions. Good work by Kingswood. They had the numbers. Almost a turnover. Looks like a try coming in, and this is brilliant work by Kingswood. After all those 28 minutes, the big man goes into the whitewash, scoring the first try.
Absolutely, Sabir. It's the determination and the ability and their eagerness to get the points on the board that got them into the quick tap taken by the number 9. Paid dividend because not 10 meters, then off for the scrum, went off from there, and then again another quick tap, caught the Wesley defense napping as Veli Gampola, the man who went over the goal line and making the scores closer and with the conversion to come.
Tarindu Veli Gampola, the number 8, the big man, scoring that first try.
And the fly, you said the number 9 is a place kicker. He's a place kicker, number 9. He's thinking on his feet. I'm sure he's going to be a sensation in the future.
Well, SW, he certainly don't have the follow-through of the kick, but it doesn't matter as long as the points comes onto the board.
I noticed all kickers are jabbing now. I don't know the theory of as Sampath, the conversion's good, and it's a jab kick. No, it's no follow-through, but I'm sure in time to come when he gets from upgrade himself from school rugby to club rugby to national level, he will have the follow-through.
Good stuff by the little man. He's taking fully control on this game, SW. Good stuff by the youngster.
The restart by Wesley, deep into the 22. Collected by that kicker, punched into touch. They're not, if I doesn't find much of a touch, but good enough under circumstances. No, they've gone into the 10 meter line. And Wesley will have the line out, but it doesn't matter. Scores Wesley 13, Kingswood 10. We are into the 31st minute. What a game we have in hand. Both teams are eager and keen to get points on the board, and some good rugby here.
Absolutely. And when you play a trophy game, that's something else in terms of psychological factor also coming into that game, because it's the traditional game between those two teams. But this time Kingswood stolen the ball, and here comes the counter. Good work, good hands coming in. Here's the speedster, and unfortunately he just could not fend off his opposite number.
Yeah, the question is what's happening to the lineouts in the Wesley lineouts. They're losing some of the lineouts, crucial ones, and they are getting into a position to attack, and then they find it difficult. And even that throw was not right, and Kingswood had a just easy passage. It's just that they got bottled up in the corner because the backs ran across the field.
So the try scorer for Kingswood is the skipper, Tarindu Valigampala.
So the boys from Kandy will have the put into the scrummage on the almost inside the 50-meter line, with only the right flank to attack.
Here goes Kingswood. Lovely hands coming in. Good running speed on that three-quarter line, but looks like a turnover. Good work by Wesley, storming to that breakdown area. Now they need to use it. Rigesh, the halfback, trying to setting things up, and he sends it out wide to Jawardana. Jawardana sending out Dayan Sabha. Dayan Sabha to Rigesh. And the wing three-quarter cuts inside. That's partly the run. Rigesh once again. Good work. Jawardana cutting inside, making some yards. Wesley with possession, conceding another penalty. This is the fourth breakdown penalty conceded by Wesley. I'm sure Coach Paul Toya have a lot of work to do during that halftime break. Conceding penalty is one, and also the line-out factor is the next thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a scavenge in the Kingswood side. There's a team, because he is giving a lot of hard time at the breakdown points and trying to scavenge, and the drive at the at the tackle situations is also quite good coming in and contesting the ruck.
Follow us on all our social media platforms. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and also Facebook. On your number one sports hub, www.thepapare.com. Comment, like, and share as we see another sloppy line out by Wesley, and Kingswood charging in. Few knock-ons here and there. So it will still remain in favor of Kingswood. Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Lineouts have been very scrappy. Just that neither side, but on a successful ratio, Kingswood has got a better of the Wesley lineouts. As we come into the 25th minute, and it's 13-10, Wesley in front just by one penalty, and Kingswood have the put in the Wesley territory, and we will see once again they have one option: either the number 8 breaks into that 5-meter gap on the right hand side, on the as people we all know, it's called the blind side, actually the short side of the pitch. They are going out on the onto the left open field, or lovely dummy pass and into the inside, but the pass was not right.
Here goes Kingswood trying to make some extra space from that decoy running coming in. They need to rush up at the breakdown. This time Sampath took a little bit time. And fifth breakdown penalty. Wesley, I thought Kingswood should have gone to the post, but doesn't matter. Take the quick tap and run. They have numbers out wide. Draw and pass 3. Lovely inside pass to the winger. And this is some good rugby. That's Valigampala. Cuts inside. Sampath once again with a small short pop pass, marshalling his forwards and backs into the 22 Kingswood. Now they're sensing another try opportunity. Good run by the centre, Shazan. But referee Jamaldin will go for the penalty infringement. Too many penalties conceded by Wesley.
That's once again the same thing, the 10 meter, not retrieving 10. And his hand is in the pocket. I'm sure he's going for the yellow. And who will be it to have a 10-minute break, or is it just a small nudge? No. Let's hear what he has to say. Yes, it's a yellow card.
Well, that's the try scorer of Wesley. Number 12, Ransaja. Has to be in the naughty chair for the next 10 minutes. And, well, interesting decision by Kingswood to go for the points. They'll level and go to the half-time and come and play another 10 minutes with numerical advantage.
Absolutely. So the number 12 will have a slightly advantage of a longer half-time. And Kingswood, with the attempt at the goal, want to equal scores and start off, as you said, with a numerical advantage of one less and a fresh half.
Hirushan Sampath to take the conversion. He's been absolutely a gem of a player, and as we speak, the curse of us comes to him and he misses the kick. So it's going to be 13 points to 10, and that would be the half-time as Wesley goes into a 3-point lead. In the meantime, St. Peter's leading 3 points to 0 over Royal College. That's at Royal Complex. And Trinity looking too good as they lead 29 points to 8 over Zaira College. And so far so good to Wesley in this game. As you can see, 13 points to 10. And what do you think needs to be done coming into that second half, SW, especially a Kingswood perspective?
Yeah, Kingswood, I think they got the game right. They got the game right. It's just at the crucial moment, the concentration. That's all what they need. They need to concentrate and keep the ball moving because they have got the game right. They are winning the opponent's line out. As you see, coming into the league highlights, the kickoff by Wesley deep into the 22, picked up. And that's the first 3 points by Dore. The penalty points, every time they went into this half, they did come out with points.
Absolutely, and taking the advantage of that wind also. And that's a lovely work by Kingswood. And a good step coming by the number 7. That's the flanker, Rajanayaka. And this is the first points with courtesy of Hirushan Sampath, the number 21, playing as a halfback. So we'll go for a quick commercial break and we'll be back with the second half live action. Stay tuned with your number 1 Sports Hub.
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම සනසුම දෙන නම එය සිංහ නම මිහිර මවන නම අවස නිවන නම සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම එය සිංහ නම
මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිඟ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with current accounts from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Some see a myriad of possibilities ready to break out in glory. The choice of every Sri Lankan. No limit.
පිරිසිදු ෆ්‍රෙෂ් හිසක් තියෙන පිරිමි ශක්තිමත් ඒත් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි වලට පුළුවන් ඒ ශක්තිය නැති කරන්න මම ක්ලියර් මෙන් තෝරගන්නේ ඒ නිසායි ක්ලියර් මෙන් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි zero කරන never menthol වලින් සමන්විත නිසා මගේ හිස කෙස් හැම විටම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ඒ වගේම ඉස්සුරි වලින් නිදහස් ක්ලියර් Clear Men Isuri Zero Cry Luwahangka Eke Men's Shampoo.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Energetic and daring, some see the world in vibrant shades. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
Pirisidu fresh hisak tiana pirimi Shaktimat. It adhika teel sa isuri walata puluwan e Shaktiya නැති කරන්න. මම Clear Men තෝරගන්නේ ඒ නිසායි. Clear Men adhika teel sa isuri zero කරන. Never menthol වලින් සමන්විත නිසා මගේ හිස කෙස් හැම විටම fresh. ඒ වගේම isuri වලින් නිදහස්. Clear Men isuri zero cry Luwahangka Eke Men's Shampoo.
සතුට බෙදන නම ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම සැනසුම දෙන නම එය සිංහ නම මිහිර මවන නම අවස නිවන නම
මුල් පවුලට සතුට සදන සිඟ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Joseph's going in for the try, and it's a try.
There's nothing like playing for college, there's nothing like playing for school, because the memories, the brotherhoods, the fraternities you make at school is like no other. Like you won't get it anywhere else, because mainly because that is, you just play rugby for the glory of the college and for the brotherhood, I mean, you're just playing for the person right next to you, for your friend.
The players my who was beside me, and my coaches and principal, everybody was helping me out to somehow play the game. And
අපි මුලින්ම 2013 පොඩි ඩ්‍රොප් එකක් තිබ්බ ලීග් එකේ. ඒකෙන් අපි ඒක පාඩමක් ඉගෙනගෙන අපි 2014 හොඳට ට්‍රේන් කරලා අපි සීසන් එකට මුණ දෙන්න මුලින්ම ෆස්ට් මැච් එකට ගියා රොයල්. ඒ මැච් එක අපිට ගොඩක් ටෆ් වුණා ඒ මැච් එක.
During the season, even the fans, they played a really big role for us to achieve what we did. Mainly because they were behind us and supporting us throughout all the games.
Lifting that trophy up for all, I think the first time in Wesley's history in 50 something years, so that was the best moment in my
Welcome back to the Racecourse International Grounds. This is Singer Schools Rugby League final week. We are bringing you live pictures between Wesley versus Kingswood, the 33rd L.E. Blase Trophy. And L.E. Blase, of course, the founder of Kingswood College and also the forefathers of rugby in Sri Lanka. And the Kingswood just trailing by 3 points going into that half-time as Wesley lead 13 points to 10. And the change of direction, so Kingswood from left to right, they will attack. Now they have the support of the wind as well. And so far their halfback combination has been so good between Senavi Ratna and Sampath. Senavi Ratna, of course, the man with the ball in hand, wearing number 10. What a number for Kingswood. We have seen Fazil Marija wearing that number 10. And Wesley, just like Kingswood started their first half with claiming that ball inside the 22, kicks it out on the full.
Sabi, there's a huge wind factor. If you look at the, I'm just looking at the flags, the trees, the leaves that are moving across, and kids will certainly have that factor up slightly up there. The wind factor, as we see the line out going into the last man, I think it was a miscue throw anyway, but Kingswood do have the possession and their forwards are moving, they're keeping it close, and gets a good leg power drive by the prop forward. But unfortunately he loses control of the ball, and Wesley will have the put in, the scrum just outside the 22.
Good work by Kingswood to put some pressure. But Wesley with the scrum inside the 22, like SW mentioned. And I won't be surprised if they opt to run this out wide, SW, because we just witnessed, if you just look at the numbers closely, it was 5 versus 3, because we have 3 sweepers for Kingswood. Rigesh, that's a poor pass to Murshid Zubair. Somehow he managed to rescue the double blues on the 22 line. Again sending out wide, Karim into contact, Kingswood with the tackle. That was sent out by Valipitage. Straight away into the Kingswood Valigampala, the winger. Again Kingswood with position. Need to be a little more patience. Here's the halfback sending it to fly half. Good hands coming in. Equally well defensive work by Wesley. That's Wesley's number 24. Making a good tackle. And that's been called mark. That kick should have gone to the open space. Taken it quickly. Sending it to Zubair. Zubair will put this kick into touch, and that's a sensible work by the Wesley duo.
Yes, I mean, I think what they're showing, the boys here, lads are showing a little bit of rugby sense too, by marking it, taking the quick tap, moving it around, finding to see whether they could. Yep, that's right. You're pointing at Lee Brothers' father, the man who's responsible for the two sons to walk on the park when he did for Wesley and now for CH.
He loves to watch his games isolated.
And Wesley have stolen the Kingswood line out, I think. Yes, that's right. And a knock-on infringement spotted by referee Jamaldeen, and the double blues will have the put into the scrum. The lineouts have been very scrappy.
Yeah, we saw that first half. That's perhaps what Coach Paul Toya needs to look at. I'm sure the message was given, but unfortunately, this is the first time we have witnessed that Wesley making so many blunders in that line-out. Lucky enough to get once again. Here's the free kick, early engagement. Murshid Zubair once again, draw and pass. Good dummy by Withanage. Turnover. Here's Kingswood on the attack. Good work by the number 6, Purnajit. And the numbers comes on time, but that was a knock-on by Wesley player. He needs to take it easy. A little bit of bromance by those youngsters. In the margin, it's just 3 points, and referee Jamaldeen asked to clock off. And will give a word of instruction for both the captains.
I think he's having a chat with both the nudgers, I may call it. The two boys who are involved in that kind of a nudge, quite rightly having a chat, and then the shake hand. It's good to see that. Good sportsmanship, good spirit.
Scrum off Gunathilaka and Murshid Zubair. Another change comes for Wesley. Here's that incident, that's the knock-on. Good break by Purnajit on that occasion. Wesley still with position. And looks like Dayan Sabah is going off the sidelines. Wesley skipper, that's quite unfortunate. We still have plenty of time remaining. Here's Rigesh sending out wide to the halfback, sending it to fly half, and Zubair finds touch. In fact, it's still not found touch, and lovely work by Wesley, and that's a no-look pass which went into the Kingswood hands. And here's the kick from Senevi Ratna into the deep 22 of Wesley. Clean by Parnidharan. Good tackle by Kingswood player. Here's the replacement number 8, Murshid Zubair, into contact. And that's a lovely break. Here comes the second try for Kingswood. Number 7, but referee Akhil Jamaldeen will have a word with his assistant referee whether it was done legitimately.
Well, I think that I don't know about asking about done legitimately, because the assistant referee, what kind of call he can give. Hopefully we can have a replay on that, because we don't have a TMO.
No try.
Says no try.
Well, interesting if we can have a look at a replay. Rajanayaka scores the try, but referee Akhil Jamaldeen, after consulting Kamil Haji, here's that incident. Good hit coming on Wesley player. That's clearly turnover. I'm not really sure. That's a ripper. I'm not sure whether number 7 was the tackler on that occasion. It'll be interesting if we can have a look at another replay of that same incident. And Murshid Zubair claims the high ball. Steps and opt to go to his right. Another pause on his run. Here's Rigesh to Ogbebo. Ogbebo into contact. He was lifted horizontal. Was not brought down safe. Side entry, Kingswood ball, and here's that quick tap being taken by Sampath. He's the danger man. Wesley now this time. They are not 10. Number 1 acting as halfback. That's Chandraratna.
Be interesting call because they were not retrieving 10 once again, and there is a player in the sin bin. The numbers are not equal on the pitch. It is 14 versus 15, and he's having a chat with the captain or the standing skipper for the rest of the game, saying that he's not 10 and another yellow card will come, and that will be very detrimental to the game.
And still the score remains 13 points to 10.
What's Kingswood going to offer with that kick? Are they going for the 3 points? No, they're taking a short tap, the quick one. He's got numbers in defense. He chips over the ball, gone into the in-goal area, touchdown, 22-meter dropout. And there's a flag coming out by the assistant referee, Haji. And he has seen something naughty. Referee Jamaldeen will have a chat with Haji.
Kamil Haji, the assistant referee, I'm not sure. We would like to see another replay. We are trying to just bring back, but this is for another incident. Own try being scored by Wesley. Jayawardena and Zubair acting skipper in the absence of Dayan Sabah. So it's going to be a penalty in favor of Kingswood. Interesting. Will they go for a touch or will they opt a scrum? Interestingly, they opted a scrum. And here's that replay of the try score. I think number 7, he was involved in that tackle, SW. And tackler need to release, and then he certainly did rip the ball.
Over at the Royal complex, what I got was 12 points to 3. Royal in the lead, as you see a 5 meter, almost a 7 meter scrum, and Kingswood has they put in. Number 8 picks the ball up, the right runs right across the field, comes back onto the right hand side. It's a pick and go by the Kingswood forwards. They can see the line, they can see the 5-pointer, and they can see the lead.
Another pick and go by Jalil. The try scorer, number 8, Valigampala, will fancy his chances, especially in the close range for the try line. Another good work. Here's that man. Fly half acting as halfback this time. Senavi Ratna. And as Kingswood score the try, held up, and it's going to be another 5 meter scrum. Good defense, valiant effort by Wesley. In fact, it's a penalty infringement. Good tackle once again coming by Ogbebo. It was a clear mismatch between him and the Kingswood big player. Veera Singha with a pick and go. The tight head prop for Kingswood. Sampath looking for options. Kingswood struggling to make that extra yard. Another pick and go. Sampath. Will he break the line of Wesley defense? Sampath to Senaviratna. Senaviratna goes into contact. Good support comes for Kingswood. Looking for another pick and go option. Here's that man, Sampath. sniped through, and the try time for Kingswood. It's the tight head prop number 3, D. Veerasinghe. The big man scoring under the post. Kingswood take the lead for the first time in this game. Dilan Veerasinghe, the man who scored the try.
Fully deserved this. That prop forward deserved the try for the hard yards, the pumping, the work that he's put in here. And not only on this occasion, but he worked so hard. Look at that. The number 9, the halfback, taking it in, and look at the number of defenders that he had to fight against. 1, 2, 3, 4, and nobody going to stop me. It's a knife going through butter, and Kingswood takes the lead with the conversion is good, and it's 17 points to 13. The Double Blues are trailing, and the boys from Kandy, the pioneers of rugby, schools rugby in Sri Lanka, is on the move.
Good stuff, Kingswood. So it's all up for the grab. Last year's score, just reminding you, it was 40 points to 39 in favor of the Kingswood. In the meantime, Trinity winning over Zaira, 34 points to 15, and Royal leading 12 points to 3 at the half-time.
If Royal come through this evening, it's a bit academic interest of tomorrow's game between St. Joseph and Isipatana. But prior to that, there were a lot of ifs. If makes a big difference.
It is indeed. And if Wesley scores another try, it'll make a lot of difference in this game as well, as the score stand 13 points to 7. It was collected by the other prop forward, Chandratna, straight away into contact the big man. Pick and go by the fullback Ekanayaka, another pick and go. Now certainly Kingswood had that venom coming into their system. Lovely long pass by Seneri Ratna, another good pass, 2-on-1. A little bit of twinkle toes coming from the Kingswood centre, outside centre. Collected by Wesley Wing, sending it to Valipitage. And Karim. Tahir with the offload, Wesley gaining yards. Jayawardena sending a long pass to Ogbebo. Ogbebo, lovely draw and pass to Murshid Zubair, 3-on-1. Draw and pass, good defense coming in by Kingswood. But look at the hole, look at the space out in the middle of your screens. A lovely good work by Wesley, having that loop run.
Yeah, very good. You got numbers on the side and a pass that seems forward but not forward. But those are the passes that make match-winning tries. As you see, another one being offloaded by the forwards, the hard-working forwards. Both set of forwards has been working so well, as Kingswood has stolen the ball. That has been the many a story. And there's a big, beautiful run in the center, but having lost position, referee Jamaldeen is not happy with that situation where the player, he said, should come round to play the ball. And there's another long arm for the Kingswood team, and I'm sure they will punish Wesley at least by about 40 meters.
Yes, indeed. What a cracking last 50 to 60 seconds here at the racecourse ground. This is that turnover ball. Lovely step by the center. In and out. And that's played from offside position by the Wesley player. That's a good touch finder. Paul Toya, the coach of Wesley, maybe running so many things into his mind, bringing changes. And he don't have the captain on the field. Dayan Sabah is out injured.
He's done a good job too. Paul has done a good job too, because from last year, from where Wesley went down the first match, Trinity beat them by 60 odd points. From there onwards, Wesley has And the beauty was when I was watching the under 16s and under 14s Wesley rugby, and the boys, the younger ones, were playing a lot of good basic rugby. As we see Kingswood driving that ball right into the Wesley territory.
I'm sure they need to use their forwards quite a lot. Lovely basketball pass. Here's the numbers out wide. Kingswood on song, number 15. He should have given it, but not sure whether he made the right decision to cut to inside his inside shoulders. But number 22, can he go all the way? Good, valiant defense coming by Murshid Zubair and the Wesley team. Kingswood on the march, just inside the 5 meter. Yet again, number 15, Ekanayaka. Pick and goes. Sending it to the big man, and he's over! Try time! Good stuff by Kingswood. And 2 back-to-back tries. And the second try for number 8 for Kingswood. Valigampala scoring the second try. I think Chandraratna, the tight head prop, Veeru Singh, the loose head prop, and Valigampala, the number 8. All these heavy ball carriers doing the job, making a Wesley damage in their breakdown and in their close range attack.
Yeah, you used the correct word, Sabi. The ball carriers, they are not there only to scrum, not there only to get the big numbers in. They are definitely good ball carriers. That's a replay. Look at the powerful run over the line, and you're not going to stop a big boy like that when he's just close to the try line. But having said that, all credit to the number 9, the number 21 who's playing for the Pacers scrum. He makes that absolutely, as you see the players kicking. Yes, he got the follow through this time, although the leg went to a side, but he didn't have the jab. This man has been a workaholic. He's been the marshal on the field.
Absolutely. So far, he's my man of the match. We'll talk about that later. We still have plenty of time remaining here at the racecourse grounds as the wind comes and as we see some dark clouds coming in. And it's all happening at the Singer Schools Rugby League, the final weekend of actions in this 33rd Elie Blase Trophy. And if you don't know who is Elie Blase, he is the founder of Kingswood College and also the forefather of Sri Lanka Rugby, introduced rugby to Sri Lanka through Kingswood College. So it's the restart time. You can see the promotion flags, the win factor coming in. Valigampala with the restart into the 22. Good tackle coming in. It was collected by Chandraratna. Hirushan Sampath, the halfback. We were talking and praising about him. Sending it to Senevi Ratna, the fly half. He puts the kick. Tahir collects and sending out wide. Here's the fly half trying to break through. Knock on advantage. Good break and lovely pass to Ogbebo, 2-on-1. Ogbebo with a lovely basketball pass and good defense, but it was not tackled well that time around. All of a sudden Wesley storms to Kingswood half into the red zone 22. Numbers out wide. 3-on-1. Draw and pass. Can Wesley score the second try? Very good defense by Kingswood. Wesley certainly has the momentum.
That's a penalty coming in, not staying behind the hindmost foot. That's a call of referee Jamaldin. The defense was solid and it was also good ball skills handling by Wesley to keep that position. Once again, they are taking the short tap. Dore has pumped him. I want that ball. He's making the way and there is a breakdown point to Wesley.
Sending out wide once again. Wesley need to be a little patient on this occasion because they have the position. Shouldn't be panicking. Another advantage. Looks like it's going to be another penalty advantage. Murshid Zubair once again taking it quickly. I don't think Kingswood are on the try line. However, referee let it play. And the ball found touch. Quite unfortunate for Wesley. It's going to be a Kingswood throw in SW.
I know if you look at the, we might have a replay on that. As you said, the ball found touch because from nowhere the ball popped out into touch and the ball said, that's enough, thank you very much, I'm going into touch.
Wesley need to score twice. Here's that replay. Zubair takes a quick penalty tap. And Thiagaraj on the far wing. He tries to place the ball and the ball comes loose. So fair play on that occasion.
So we are right actually. The ball did find touch.
Cut it short. Here you go. Kingswood with the line out. That's an interesting throw by the hooker. Kingswood trying to come out of jail. Sampath took his time, and Senir Ratna with his educated left foot, he's showing some skills with his both foot kicking ability. Well, in fact, it's going to be a scrum time.
So it's a thumb down for Wesley, is it? It's a double blue ball. Oh no, it's a blue and maroon ball.
Hiroshan Sampath to feed the scrum. Controlling well, using the shorter side. The big man breaks. Scored 2 tries already. Starting the Valipitake, the number 8 for Kingswood. And here's Senir Ratna. Puts a thumping kick. Good catch by Wesley winger. Knockback says referee, it was stolen by Kingswood. Good work, again space. Unfortunately, Kingswood halfback, in fact he's playing at the wing, Guna Tilaka, acting skipper, knocks it on.
Yeah, the fullback, the winger took the ball very nicely, very well taken, and there's a Kingswood had a great opportunity of counterattack, but the ball didn't go to hand properly because I think it was a surprise. Look at this counter-attack. They should have punished Wesley on that. When the ball, he did not, the pass was not right. And by that, Wesley escaped on that occasion. But Kingswood 24 points to 13 are ahead of Wesley at this point, time of point, and it's 59 points. We are almost reaching the 60th minute of the game. And the news is that on the RC grounds is that Royal are leading still to 12 points to 3. And the F factor is getting closer and closer to be erased off.
Try of the week. You can watch all the wonderful tries scored by the schoolboys in the Single Schools Rugby League. Watch, vote and comment your favorite try. Log into your number one sports app, www.thepapare.com. Here's that replay incident. Unfortunately, the stretcher has come. The sign is not so good for Wesley's. Not sure who the player is. Not sure. I think it's Ogbebo. I think it's, yeah, not a good sign. This man was a wonderful find for Wesley throughout this season.
As you see, he's been taken out for a field. Well played, son. And I think, sure, we wish you a speedy recovery. As you see, we are into the 59th minute or coming into the 60th minute. Kingswood leading by 24 points to 13. As we see those pictures, I'm sure he'll be okay. It's just that he got a heavy hit on that side of the leg. Concerned spectators. Play will resume, and I'm sure the subs must be on the field. It's on the 50-meter mark, in 10 meters into the from the touchline, And the double boost will put the ball in. Referee Jamaldeen having a word with the Kingswood prop forward where he should be holding his opposite number. They must absolutely make sure about the safety of the players, especially in a scrum situation. Wesley, 2 coming in. Ball goes deep into the territory. They got depth in that move, and they still carried forward. They still have position. They are recycling it. Kingswood forwards. The backs. Referee's hand is out for offside infringement. They are certainly not in there. Wesley still have position.
And lovely pass by Valigampala. Valipitake rather to Murshid Zubair, and he gives it to the big ball carrier Jayawardena, who made a pretty decent 6 to 7 meters. Rigesh sending out wide. Wesley on the march this time, cuts inside by the fullback Rasanja, and once again Wesley, and that's the interception. And Kingswood, number 13, is going all the way. Senavi Ratna will score under the post, and that would perhaps be the final nail of Wesley's coffin. S.W. Chang, brilliant work on that occasion.
Yeah, brilliant, but I think I feel sorry for the Wesley boys. They had so much of numbers on the outside, and the pass was lobbing in, and a beautiful anticipated interception by Senavi Ratna, and there was no fullback covering because they were on the attack. An absolutely opportunist try, and I have a spare thought for the Wesley boys because it came from nowhere. If you see on the replay, look at that pass being lobbed around and too much of height. I'm sure the passer would have had the head up, and as you say in cricket too, you've got to keep the head down and drive, otherwise you'd love to catch. As you see Senavi Ratna, his leg and his pace, nobody's going to catch him. So it's a brilliant try. They extend the lead. With the conversion to come, and this boy who's Sampath has been kicking well. They're kicking well, and I'm sure the 2 points will be bread and butter for him.
Yes, indeed, this man has been inspirational, playing for Kingswood football team as well. And he certainly did marshal his forwards and backs the way Kingswood coach Gamage wanted. And too easy with that conversion. And his name is on the bench. He's supposed to come off the bench for Kingswood, but such a wonderful decision to make him at the starting lineup. Certainly feel the difference. And here's that conversion. And interestingly, he took it so deep.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, you know what happens, they keep it too close, it can be charged down, it can hit the elevation might not be right, quite rightly. He's a future absolute asset. As we see the hard-working prop forwards of Kingswood, the forwards grinding their way into. He has taken that ball from the 22-meter right up to the 10-meter line. As we see the
Senavi Ratna sending off wide. Not a good pass, or the offload. Somehow still with position in favor of the Kings. Again Ekanayaka gauging that line from the fullback position as a first receiver, but Wesley on the counter this time. And another scrum, it's going to be Wesley. It's a level if they can change the scoreboard. The 1 and 3.
Yeah, that's right. So Wesley got 1 and 3, Kingswood got 3 and 1. Well spotted, Sabir. I think you should be on the field with the whistle if you could spot something like that.
Seven minutes remaining, and here's that incident. There's the knock on.
And the boot.
And the boot. Yeah, you can scoop the ball, but you can't kick the ball, according to the NIV law, especially at that breakdown. You can't kick the ball, you can scoop the ball in.
I suppose from the emerging ruck ball, that you can't kick the ball out of the ruck, like in the scrum. Laws keep changing, and I think that the first factor that the law changes is for safety. That's number one, is the safety factor. Then number two is entertainment factor.
Absolutely, safety is the paramount of World Rugby, whether it's schools or clubs or national. It's all because of the player safety. We see how much head injuries and concussion injuries have made so many players to leave rugby or quit rugby. Here's the replacement scrum half for Wesley. Another inside pass, Murshid Zubair draw and pass, and that's a forward pass. It's quite interesting if you see the game. Kingswood trailing by 3 points going into that half time. After missing that final penalty just before the half time, they could have leveled it, and all of a sudden in the second half they completely took. And before, at the half time, you also mentioned the SW, they are just now they're doing the things right, so they certainly continued that momentum.
Yeah, actually they upgraded their momentum too, and the forwards drove into that. And having said that, and the little scrum half, I should not play little scrum half, the big scrum half there played a part. He was like the postman delivering the love letter between a girl and a boy, otherwise there won't be any communication, because he was the factor that communicated between the threes and the forwards. Absolutely brilliant.
Certainly indeed. Little Sampath marshalling his troops. The man with the ball in hand to feed the scrum.
Well, my example is, I'm talking about my days. Nowadays you get all these apps and all these high-tech things to communicate.
So you want to... Kingswood taking their time inside the 22. Lovely step by the Senevi Ratna and a lovely offload. Take a look at that. Good support in numbers. And Ekanayaka just rushing through. Wesley trying to hold him up. Ball pops up. Another pick and go. Here's the big man once again. The tight head prop, Veera Singha. Few offloads, few fends off. Valigampala, pick and go. Wesley going back foot. Good pressure this time, but completely legal, he says referee. That was Wesley's number 6 doing that job. Guna Tilaka, I thought for instance he came from the side, but no, says referee. Good pressure on the Kingswood halfback.
Yeah, and Shabir, how about a change of the number 3 and number 1 has been playing so brilliantly. If you are going to pick the man of the match, I think they should be in that bracket to make the selections.
Yeah, absolutely. If you watch the first game Kingswood played against Royal, those number 1 and number 3, they didn't have enough gas. They were a team to play only 40 minutes, I thought, but look at them now. Certainly Kingswood have done their homework. Going sideways, so it's going to be a penalty. Taken it quickly by Wesley. Murshid Zubair with a long pass to the winger. Another good tackle from that far corner by Kingswood Ekanayaka. Here's Zubair once again. Here's the Wesley fullback. Good running, taking 2 players, trying to put that offload, but Kingswood just making a chest high tackle. Collected well by other Ekanayaka playing at fullback. Good defense, good chase by Ekanayaka.
Some good rugby played there. Dore takes a quick tap.
Whoa. Oh. Well, that's going to be a yellow card incident. It is number 26 Kingswood. That's CL Kure. That's clearly a yellow. Could have been a red as well. Let's see how much malice on that. Yeah, it's going to be a yellow without a doubt.
And is he going to have an early shower? 10 minutes, he can't come back to the game. So he will have an early shower.
Yeah. 2 minutes remaining for the full time. Kingswood leading 31 points to 13. And Murshid Zubair Royal leading 13 points to 17 over St. Peter's. Here's that replay, you can see. You cannot.
What do you call that tackles? People call about the seat belt, which are coming, across this thing, which is a good name to be called a seat belt because it's like a seat belt. But tackle like that, that's not a seat belt.
That's clearly not seat belt, SW. Neck tackle, maybe.
Oh, well, those are the terms we used those days, neck tackle for high dangerous tackles. But with the terms like seat belts coming, I wonder whether you can get a word for that kind of a tackle other than a dangerous tackle.
Certainly worth looking at that again, SW. Yeah, we have so many tackles. Spear tackle.
Seatbelt tackle. It might be a mana tackle. Manna tackle.
What that words come from?
I just don't know. It just comes through. Wesley 31 facing 13 defeat with a few minutes to go. Dore finding touch. Is it a little bit too late even if they score a try? Nevertheless, the boys have played their hearts out. This is the last game of the league this season and Singer Sri Lanka has done great by sponsoring this tournament for many years.
Absolutely, indeed. We saw French team going into that halftime with a 3 points lead, and we saw here Wesley going to halftime with that 3 points lead. And in the second half, it's just what we saw at the Eden Park here. Kingswood running riot in that second half. 3 tries being scored. That's a clever work in that line out. Purnajit and Wesley's Samuel into that. Final chance for Wesley. Can they put a consolation try? Puts the kick into space. That's a knock on by Kingswood player. But initial infringement was a penalty.
He may have seen that hand out, for him to give the chip and like have a 50-50 go at anybody's ball, and then Kingswood to make a mistake because they are under pressure, they are in the red zone.
Well, Zubair puts the kick into touch. Wesley didn't have a good terms in terms of their lineouts today. It was scrappy. Look at the win factor from the assistant referee's flag. But can Jayawardena make this throw into account?
As we approach 70 minutes on our clock, and so I think we should have a weather report right now.
You're talking about the apps and everything in the modern days. I'm sure our fans have better apps in their phones as we speak. And Kingswood just driving into touch. Is it? Yes, it was a brilliant work by Kingswood forwards. And this weather will certainly favor them.
It favors everyone because it's nice and cool. I'm sure the humidity must have come down. The wind has also subsided a bit, but still Kingswood has managed to drive the Wesley forwards with the ball, and they have the put in to the line out, and I'm sure they will keep possession. Would have checked the time with the referee and put the ball out into touch.
Vijay Singh with the throw in, and Wesley steal the line out. One last chance remaining. Under the cosh all this time, Wesley. Halfback sending out wide to Valipitage, and Thiagaraj puts the kick. I'm not sure that's the right kick, but it's going to be all over if the player calls mark. And that man, Sampath, the halfback, calls it mark. It's 70 minutes in our clock. I'm not sure whether it's the 70 minutes at... yeah, it's all over, says referee Jamaldin. Just a matter of taking the tap and put the kick into touch, but unfortunately Sampath doesn't find touch. And still one last play remaining. Can Wesley get some consolation try? Ogbebo with a lovely floated pass. He knew that the defense is coming in a fast approach. Replacement number 22 for Wesley. Wesley with position. Murshid Zubair. Again numbers out wide. Cuts inside by the winger Parnidharan. Yet again using that decoy, Wesley just sending out wide from the right to left, left to right, and still some good attacking inspiration showing by Wesley. They know that time is up. They know that they want to score one more try to finish the note, finish the Singer Schools League on a high note. In fact, they were ranked 7th in the points table. Another penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. They're showing some interest and keenness to get the ball over. They should have done it 10 minutes ago or maybe 15 minutes ago.
Again keeping position. This is some good rugby. That's a turnover. That's a turnover. Excellent stuff by the man who scored the first try for Kingswood College. Number 7, Rajanayaka on the breakdown. Killing the ball legitimately, and that's all over. As you can see, taking the tap by the skipper. You can see skipper wants to finish the game. It's all over. You can see from his signals. And there's a tap and there's a kick into the commentary box. So Kingswood College retain the most prestigious Ellie Blase Trophy after winning last year 40 points to 39. This time 31 points to 13, victorious. And SW Chang, it's your time to decide the player of the match on this game.
I have a lot of big boys in the list with that tiny little scrum half, because the forwards, the 2-3 forwards, that they played their hearts out. And as being a forward, I would go with the forward. But for them to have inspiration and to be, for them to work out and do their work, they have to be inspired. That little scrum half, Sampath, and the place kicker, I think his contribution ultimately made the difference in the side, two sides. My man of the match is Sampath.
Completely agree with you. Good to see good camaraderie by the players. They say that they are playing for that brotherhood shield. But what a comeback after down by 3 points in the first half. And winning it convincingly.
Yeah, I'm sure they must have gone to halftime into the dressing room. They may have had a clip of the second half of the All Blacks versus France match.
Great camaraderie. Paul Toya and Gamage, coach of Kingswood, with the blue hat and the red shirt, t-shirt.
Gamage has turned this team into a winning combination. Absolutely. First match, as you said, they didn't have the gas. And some or other, I don't want to say this, with the fuel prices going up, they have got more fuel in the system.
Dulanjana Vijay Singh, assistant coach of Wesley, was the forwards coach, former Wesley player playing for Navy. And now he's turned into CRNFC this season. So, Kingswood, well done. Congratulations to winning this 33rd Ellie Blase Trophy. (13 points to 31). That's the full-time score. Great spirit by both the teams. We'll have a look at a few highlights of this game.
The usual kick, both kicks in the first half came into that as the first 3 points to Wesley by the courtesy of Zubair's boot. And that's the second penalty, and Wesley were leading 6 points to nil. So the nice move coming from Kingswood. It's outside, inside, into the gap. Couldn't make that offload, but ensuring off that maul, ruck, there was a penalty, and the man of the match, Sampath, clean as a whistle, in between the two posts, over the line.
And Wesley, then Murshid Zubair with that inside pass, and this is what he knew, the player and the referee, he knew that support just arrives on time, and that was the second try for Wesley. And then Kingswood's skipper, number 8, hit back with a try, Tarindu Valigampala, and the conversion by Sampath was good. And then in the second half, Kingswood turned over, and this was a great work, but it was not awarded as a try. Referee Jamalin had to consult the assistant referee, but it didn't bother Kingswood big men over the line as Veerasinghe, the tight head prop, scored the try in the second half. And yet again Veerasinghe and the loose head prop Chandraratna combining so well, making those yards. And Valigampala, the skipper, scored his second try as Sampath with his conversion. And this is the final nail of Wesley's coffin. A lovely interception by number 13, SM Seniratna, all the way. Thank you very much. And the conversion, look how deep he took that conversion. Football player for Kingswood, so has made a big impact. The player of the match in this game, Hirusha Sampath, wearing number 21, playing at halfback, half-time 13-10, and full-time Wesley couldn't trouble the scoreboard. 4 tries, 4 conversion, you can see that. So congratulations once again to Kingswood College. And upcoming fixtures, the final game of this 2018 Singer Schools Rugby League, St. Joseph's versus Isipatana. We are bringing you live from Havelock Park at 4 p.m. tomorrow. And news out from Royal Complex, Royal leading 29 points to 15. And also join us next week's segment every Tuesday 6:30 p.m. the Rugby Preview and the breakdown every Tuesday. Join Shana Kamarasinghe at 6:30 p.m. for all the ins and out of Singer Schools Rugby League, and the try of the week every Wednesday at 5 p.m. You can vote and comment on your best tries of the week scored by these school players. And that's all we have from the Racecourse International Grounds. As we can see, the winning team just heading into the dressing rooms. And we'll see you tomorrow with the next match of Singer Schools Rugby League, which is the final match. I'm Sabir Kader signing off with S.W. Chang and our technical crew. Good night.
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම සනසුම දෙන නම එය සිංහ නම මිහිර මවන නම පවස නිවන නම සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම එය සිංහ
පවුලට සතුට සදන සිඟ අති විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with current accounts from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Sam, see a myriad of possibilities ready to break out in glory. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
පිරිසිදු ෆ්‍රෙෂ් හිසක් තියෙන පිරිමි ශක්තිමත්. ඒත් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි වලට පුළුවන් ඒ ශක්තිය නැති කරන්න මම ක්ලියර් මෙන් තෝරගන්නේ ඒ නිසායි. ක්ලියර් මෙන් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි zero කරන නැවුම් මෙන්තෝල් වලින් සමන්විත නිසා මගේ හිස කෙස් හැම විටම ෆ්‍රෙෂ්. ඒ වගේම ඉස්සුරි වලින් නිදහස්. ක්ලියර් මෙන් ඉස්සුරි zero කරයි. ලෝවාංක 1 මෙන්ස් ෂැම්පූ.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
ඒ ශක්තිය නැති කරන්න මම ක්ලියර් මෙන් තෝරගන්නේ ඒ නිසායි. ක්ලියර් මෙන් අධික තෙල් සහ ඉස්සුරි zero කරන නැවුම් මෙන්තෝල් වලින් සමන්විත නිසා මගේ හිස කෙස් හැම විටම ෆ්‍රෙෂ්. ඒ වගේම ඉස්සුරි වලින් නිදහස්. ක්ලියර් මෙන් ඉස්සුරි zero කරයි. ලෝවාංක 1 මෙන්ස් ෂැම්පූ.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංග